So in April, we had the third wave in Thailand. And unfortunately, I am not talking about the ocean waves. The third wave is the third highest increase in COVID-19 cases in the kingdom. And no one's happy about it.
So in this video, we're going to share with you the new heightened restrictions and regulations and how we're both coping with them.
So we're Kendra and David with Lucas World Travel, and we've been happily stranded in Thailand for the last 13 months due to the pandemic. We stayed in Krabi for a year so far, and now we're living in Phuket, and we truly love Thailand. Now, in the grand scheme of things, Thailand has done a great job of controlling the spread of COVID-19. We had several months there last year where there were 0 cases, and it was so nice to be able to live COVID-free for a while. We had a second wave that was very small, and they quickly stopped and controlled that. But unfortunately, this third wave, they believe is the UK variant, which spreads so much faster, so they're having a much harder time putting the lid back on this wave. So this wave first started in nightclubs, and their first measure of action was to close all the nightclubs. So that stopped us from dancing for a while. We were going out salsa dancing 5 times a week, having a good time on the island, but this new wave ended all of that.
One of the reasons why we moved here is because we love to dance, and there was plenty of activity and everybody was having a great time. And when that stopped, of course, that puts stress on a lot of our friends that we can't socialize with and this kind of thing, but it's still been okay. That takes a lot of the activity away, but the beaches are still open, so that gave us still some outing that we can still do.
So today we're walking on the beach. Yes. Getting our exercise in, as there's really nothing else to do. This is a great way to spend your morning. So normally I would exercise at home, but this is infinitely better. Look at the view. It's amazing here. Touch.
It's crazy, no?
No, I like it. You're pushing me to walk faster than I would normally walk. I don't.
If you walk normal, you can walk everywhere. But if you exercise, you can make more faster, make the heart, make boop, 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 like this. Your leg.
Look at David go. This is why you gotta exercise with people who will push you. But this is our view today, and it's not a bad view. So after 2.5 miles of speed walking on the beach, we rewarded ourselves with a delicious breakfast at Wilson's. Another thing that happened is there were a lot of cases on diving and snorkeling boats, so they wound up closing all commercial diving and snorkeling. So we haven't been able to go on any more boat tours and haven't been able to go out snorkeling, which has been a real downer because we've really gotten into loving going snorkeling even along the coast here. We're not sure. I think individuals can still go. They just don't want commercial activities go. But just to be sure, we haven't snorkeled since they put in those new regulations.
Yeah, and to add another thing, Kendra and I are learning Thai, but because of that, schools have closed. So now we have to take our Thai classes online, which isn't too much of a big deal. We can handle that here. But also with that, we decided to change from driving a car to driving a motor scooter, since we're only moving around locally.
Yeah, we decided that because we're not going out of the province or going anywhere far, that we would save the $200 and downgrade to the motorbike. Although I must admit, the first day we had the motorbike, I was like, did we make a bad decision? Because it rained on us the whole day, and I was like, the car is worth the extra $200 to not get rained on. I still feel that way, but we'll try it again for a month and see how it goes.
A lot of the swimming facilities and different things around the city are closed, especially like the big ones. We have a local swimming pool in our apartment complex that we can still use, but the one that we were learning swimming at, it's closed indefinitely until we find out when it opens again. So we can no longer take the swimming lessons we were taking. A lot of the gyms around the country have closed. So fortunately for us, we have a gym here at the complex that we can go and we can exercise and we can work out. I've noticed that because all the local gyms are closed, most people have come to apartment gyms. So now these are kind of full. So I usually go and exercise on my own instead of going into the gym that's crowded.
How they handle it in our condo complex is instead of allowing the air to run, they open all the windows to try to keep it ventilated, cross-ventilated, and they won't let you run the air conditioner. So it's interesting how even in our condo, they're combating the virus by just keeping everything more open air instead of doing air conditioning. So masks were always encouraged here, but during this time, masks are obligatory, and you can get fined 20,000 baht for not wearing your mask in public. So you better believe that we have our mask on every day now. They still allow you to exercise outside without a mask and go to the beach without a mask. So we take advantage of that being the two places that we are able to go without a mask.
Also, when we come and go outside of our complex, they take our temperatures and stuff now. Mm-hmm. So that's new, but I actually like it, because I want to know when I go places that, people don't have a temperature, and if they do have a temperature, they're encouraged to quarantine or do something like this because, that's something you can't see. That's something you can't really know if someone is running a fever. So I actually like that.
So our daily life has been affected quite a bit, meaning that we don't go to the same places we usually go. But it's also nice because we get to change our focus. Because we can't do swim lessons, I've actually enrolled in private lessons for Thai, so I can hopefully take my Thai to the next level. Also, because of the news, they have these news profiles of each case on the island of Phuket. So it's all in Thai. I've been trying to read each one, trying to improve both my Thai reading and just so I can know what's going on. And these timelines are fascinating to me. One, because I worked as a clinical researcher in the United States. So it's so fascinating to me that they are even allowed to put every patient's 4-week medical history and make it public. Like, this is crazy. This could have never happened in the United States. But it is really useful information to see how the virus is spreading. They'll have on the sheet that this person was working here and they were in contact with patient 341 and 364. And you can see the progression of the illness on the island. And you can also be aware of places you might want to avoid that had a high amount of cases. And for me, because I'm nosy, like when I see people going to certain restaurants, I'm like, one day I'm going to try that restaurant. That sounds good too. So I'm getting a lot of information and learning a lot of Thai in the process. I wish it could have been with more happy news, but we learn in a variety of different ways.
One of the reasons that Kendra and I moved to Phuket is because back in Bali last year, we were able to learn how to surf. Phuket is known for its beautiful waves, crashing waves, and great surfing places. And so because now we're in a city that has surfing, we're excited to learn surfing. Of course, with all that's going on right now, the classes have not begun, but when we go out to the beach, we actually see the surfers out there more and more now because this is like the season for surfing. So you'll see about 20 or 30 guys out there waiting for the waves to come in. And it's really exciting to see these guys get up and surf, and hopefully we'll get around to doing it because it's really cool to see all the different ways that they surf here.
Literally, one guy was surfing on his head. I never saw anything like that before. So crazy. So initially, all these closures was only supposed to last for 2 weeks, but the cases here on the island didn't go down in 2 weeks, so they extended it another 2 weeks. So this is supposed to last until around May 12th, and hopefully cases will have gone down enough that they'll reopen. Right now, they're down to 10 cases a day on the island. And I think case numbers got as high as 25 cases a day. So they are progressively going down, which is a good sign. But case numbers in Thailand in total are still at that same level, about 2,000 cases a day. So we're lucky to be here in Phuket, where the case numbers are still relatively low. In places like Bangkok, the case numbers are just quite high every day.
Also, too, they're restricting travel to the island, meaning we're here and there's certain hours in the night. I think it's between 10 o'clock at night and 4 a.m. that they restrict any travel into the island. So this also, helps to prevent the spread of the virus because, some people are traveling or they are delivering products to the island or different things like this. And because they don't have a way to monitor that late in the night or early in the morning, they've restricted that travel so that they can monitor who comes and who goes on the island. And that's pretty cool, actually, because we've actually seen these checkpoints. And we know that they're stopping people, asking them to get out their car sometimes and check their temperatures. And then if they're on a bus, check their temperatures and then let them back on the bus and things like this. So we've actually seen that as we've traveled. And we know it's pretty serious. So I actually appreciate that because I just want to be as healthy as we can be. And also, too, another thing is Kendra and I want to get vaccinated. The Thai people have been rolling out the vaccines for all the Thais, which is great, but they haven't rolled out the vaccine for expats and travelers and vacationers yet. So we're still waiting to hear about that, but we'd love to get the vaccine just so when we get ready to travel and go abroad, go further, we want to be ready to do that. So, well, one regulation that I just found out about is like they have, you can meet in small groups. But with the new regulation, I think they rolled it back to like 5. So even my friends, I have a group of friends that meet on the beach and they exercise. I haven't joined them at all yet. But sometimes they get over 5 members. So in that instance, even out on the beach, when you're meeting in groups of larger than 5, you have to spread out and social distance and wear masks also, which most people on the beach don't have to really wear masks, but they're encouraging people to wear masks and different things if you're in larger groups because they just want to prevent the spread of the virus.
So Thailand still hopes to open its borders July 1st to all vaccinated travelers. So that's to open without a quarantine. So their goal is to vaccinate 70% of the population before July 1st so they can have everybody ready for the influx of tourists again. So as with anything, that can change tomorrow, but I think it's a good goal, and it's very encouraging to me to know that they're excited to open their borders. We'll probably be leaving the end of July as we want to continue our travels and we hope other countries will have their borders open by then as well. So if you're looking to come to Thailand, set your target date to be after July 1st. That's everybody's goal to hit. So case numbers are high right now, but we've seen multiple times that they've been able to bring that down, and it's only May, so there's still plenty of time for them to reach that target. So we cross our fingers and hope that they can reach their goals, because when they reach their goals, we reach ours as well. Even with all these restrictions, we still enjoy being in Thailand immensely. It's so peaceful here. We still get to go to the beach. We still get to go see these beautiful viewpoints. And it's just a great place to be.
Yeah, I know several of my friends on Facebook and other social media have asked me what's it like to be here. And they're excited. And several have asked me, can they come here? Can they come and stay? Or can they come and vacation here? Absolutely. And I would encourage it. You'll never be disappointed in Phuket or any of these areas. It's so beautiful. It's so lush. It's so welcoming. And the people are just so amazing. And I think that if you have the opportunity and the means, definitely come. Just know that post-COVID, there are a lot of different regulations. So look those up for your trip and take all the advice that they give as far as keeping yourself safe, keeping your family safe. I still believe that Thailand is one of the safest places in the world to be. So I've not scoffed at all about being here for the length of time that we've been here. I thought it was incredible. And actually, I feel like the longer I stay here, the more and more it's going to be heartbreaking to leave.
I agree.
So I just really love this place. We knew we loved Thailand before we came on this trip. That was one of the reasons why we chose to be here. So it's just as gorgeous. It's probably more gorgeous now as a place to live than when we first visited here, because nature is just going berserk. Nature's overwhelmingly beautiful right now. And they've taken the measures to make sure that their beaches are beautiful. Everything is gorgeous.
So if you enjoy getting this update on everything Thailand, please give the video a thumbs up and leave us a comment if you're planning on coming to Thailand anytime soon. And don't forget to hit that red subscribe button so you can follow our journeys throughout Thailand and throughout the rest of the world. Coming up, we're going to be showing you our favorite travel apps, and we're going to go caving. So be sure you subscribe and follow along for that. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sharing and helping the channel to grow. And happy travel planning until next time. Bye guys!